Exclusive from BlazingJams.blogspot.com.
Ruby, where are you been? Oh, what's it? Come with the same one. Ruby, where are you been?
Wherever I go, my sweetie darling, you'll be my ruby. Bantu chiteme kochore chali lo akwati buchi.
You will always be my baby.
You will always be my honey.
You will always be my baby. I'll never let you go. You will always be my baby.
You will always be my honey.
You will always be my baby. I'll never let you go. Ruby, 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 baby, you're my Ruby. Ruby, 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 honey, you're my Ruby. Sweetie, you're my Ruby. Baby, you're my Ruby. Baby, you're my Ruby. Sauma, you're my Ruby.
Exclusive from BlazingJams.blogspot.com.
Ruby, 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 sweetie, you're my Ruby. Ruby, 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 honey, you're my Ruby. Ruby, 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 baby, you're my Ruby. Wherever I go, my sweetie darling, you'll be my Ruby. Wherever I go, my sweetie darling, you'll be my Ruby.
Pesa, she's a Ruby Picasso. He's a Ruby Okafo. He's a Ruby Coqueto. He's a Ruby Pokelo. She's a Ruby Angelo. He's a Ruby Likemu. He's a Ruby Mio. He's a Ruby. You will always be my baby.
You will always be my honey.
You will always be my baby. I'll never let you go.
You are my African honey. You give me shaka sweet loving. You are my everything, honey. I'll never let you go. Ruby, 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 baby, you're my Ruby. Ruby, 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 sweetie, you're my Ruby. Ruby, 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 honey, you're my Ruby. Ruby, 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 baby, you're my Ruby.
Ruby, 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 baby, you're my Ruby. Ruby, 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 honey, you're my Ruby. Sweetie, you're my Ruby. Baby, you're my Ruby. Baby, you're my Ruby. Sauma, you're my Ruby. Oniu is a Ruby. Natasha, she's a Ruby. Maria, she's a Ruby. Fatima, she's a Ruby. Eviva, she's a Ruby. Delish, she's a Ruby. Cleo, she's a Ruby. Even Passy is a Ruby. Annabelle, she's a Ruby. Melvin is a Ruby. Beverly, she's a Ruby. Zulu,
You're my Ruby.
even Sally, that's my Ruby.
Honey, you're my Ruby.
Aike, you are a Ruby. Biggie, you're a Ruby. Sauma, Sauma, yeah. Africa, 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 I love you. Africa, Africa, oh, Africa. Ah, Zambia, Zambia, oh, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Tanzania, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Uganda, Uganda, Ethiopia, Ethiopia, Malawi, Malawi, Kenya, Botswana, Botswana, Namibia, Namibia. Ah, Nano Motama, Huda Boats. Hakim Denzo, Beji, JJ, Lucy Jazz, Alusha.
Hey, Sulu, what about Bim?
Ah, okay, he's also a Ruby.
Exclusive from BlazingJams.blogspot.com.